Good morning, students. Today I am going to start a new lesson in maths, chapter number 6, triangles. Now, you studied triangles a little before in 8th and 9th standard also. In previous classes, you have got an idea of what triangles are and the shape of a triangle. Just let's go through some basic aspects of a triangle. What is triangle? Now, we all already have an idea. You see, this is your triangle ABC. Okay. So, what is a triangle? Number one, it is a closed plane figure. A closed plane figure. Okay, it is closed from all the sides. It's not open from anywhere, from point A, B and C. It's closed. It's a closed plane figure. Number two, it has got three sides. Okay, it has got three angles and it has got three corners. These corners are called vertices. Vertices of a triangle. Three corners are called the three vertices. The three sides and three angles together, they form what is called the six components or six elements of a triangle. Six elements of a triangle. Okay, so what is a triangle? A triangle is a three-sided closed plane figure. Three-sided, these are the three sides. It is a three-sided closed plane figure. It's a plane figure because you can draw a triangle in a sheet of paper or on the blackboard, whiteboard. Okay, it is in 2 dimensions, not in 3 dimensions. That's why it's in a single plane. So a triangle is a three-sided closed plane figure. It has got three sides. It has got three angles. The three sides and three angles together form what is called the six elements of a triangle. Remember, the vertices are not the elements of a triangle, although the three vertices or the three corners, vertex is singular, vertices is plural. The three vertices of a triangle are part of the triangle. Okay. Now, other thing is interior, exterior, and on the triangle. You see, if it is in the plane, suppose this is the plane of the triangle. Okay. Let us suppose this is the plane of a triangle, plane alpha. Okay, so we can write triangle ABC is in plane alpha. Okay, it's a closed plane figure. It lies in plane alpha. Now, what can you say about point P? What can you see about point Q? And what can you see about point R? We got 3 points. Okay, number one, point P. It lies in the interior. Lies in the interior of the triangle ABC. It lies in the interior. What about point Q? Point Q lies in the exterior. Lies in the exterior of triangle ABC. Okay. And what about point R? Point R lies on the triangle. Lies on the triangle. In other words, a triangle divides the plane it is contained in into 3 parts: the interior of the triangle, the exterior of the triangle, and the triangle itself. In other words, the triangle is only these 3 line segments. What is inside is the interior of the triangle. It is not the triangle. Okay, the triangle is only AB, BC, and AC. That is the triangle. What lies inside is called the interior of the triangle. What lies outside is called the exterior of the triangle, and only points which lie between A and B, between B and C, between A and C, those points are said to be part of the triangle or lying on the triangle. What is the interior is not the triangle. Okay, so there is a difference. That is called triangular region. Okay, what lies inside plus the triangle. Okay, so if you actually see triangle ABC in symbols, it is written like this. This is how we write triangle ABC in symbols. Okay, this triangle ABC and the interior of the triangle together form what is called triangular region. It is called the triangular region, the area of the triangle. Okay, but we will come to the area of the triangle later on. Right now, just understand this. So what is a triangle? A triangle is a three-sided closed plane figure. It has got 3 sides and 3 angles. 3 sides and 3 angles are called the 6 elements of a triangle. It has 3 vertices or corners. The vertices or corners lie on the triangle. Alright, but they are not elements of the triangle. Then a triangle is a closed plane figure, so it lies in, say, suppose it lies in plane alpha. A triangle divides the plane it is contained in into three mutually disjoint sets. You see, these are mutually disjoint. We'll come across these words many times. Mutually disjoint sets. Now, what is the meaning of mutually disjoint sets? That means there is nothing common between what is in the interior, what is in the exterior, and the triangle itself. There are three separate set of points. Points which lie in the exterior, points which lie in the interior, and points which lie on the triangle. There is nothing common between them. Such sets are called disjoint sets. So a triangle divides the plane it is contained in into three mutually disjoint sets. Set of points in the exterior, set of points in the interior, and set of points lying on the triangle. Alright, so this is a triangle. A triangle is a three-sided closed plane figure. Now we come to, we have studied different types of triangle. Okay, so let us just go through this quickly. Types of triangles. Yes, when we come to types of triangles, you see we have different types of triangles depending upon sides. From the point of view of sides of a triangle, we have got the first, let us suppose this one. Okay, all three sides are equal. In this triangle ABC, all three sides are, suppose 4 centimeters, 4 centimeters, and 4 centimeters. All three sides are equal. Such a triangle is called an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. Why equi? Equi means equal, lateral means side. All the three sides are equal, so it's called equilateral triangle. Then we have got a triangle in which no three sides are equal. Let us take this triangle PQR. Okay, in this triangle, let us suppose this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Okay, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters. Here you see AB, that means the length of side AB is equal to length of side BC is equal to length of side AC. All three sides are equal. Here PQ is not equal to QR and is not equal to PR. All three sides are not equal to each other. They are different from each other. Such a triangle is called a scalene triangle. So this is an equilateral triangle. This is a scalene triangle. Now if suppose two sides are equal, any two sides are equal. Let us suppose this one. Suppose this is your triangle DEF. Okay, two sides are equal. This is say 4, this is 4. Okay, and this is say 5 centimeters. These two sides are equal here. You see here all three sides were equal. All three sides were equal. Here none of the sides were equal. Here two sides are equal. Such a triangle in which two sides are equal, DE is equal to DF. Two sides are equal. Okay, such a triangle is called an isosceles triangle. So from the point of view of the types of triangles, from the point of view of sides, we got an equilateral triangle in which all three sides are equal. We have got an isosceles triangle in which only two sides are equal. And we have got a scalene triangle in which none of the three sides are equal. Okay. Now let us come to know this with respect to sides. Now with respect to angles. Okay. With respect to angles, let us see. See, let us suppose you got all three sides equal. If all three sides are equal, then all three angles will also be equal. So this will be 60 degrees, this will also be 60 degrees, and this will also be 60 degrees. Because the sum of the angles of a triangle is always 180 degrees. The sum of all the three angles. And if all three angles are equal, each one will be 60 degrees. So here, measure of angle A is equal to measure of angle B is equal to measure of angle C is equal to 60 degrees. Such a triangle is called equiangular triangle. Equiangular triangle. Equi means equal, angular means angle. Equal angles. All the three angles are equal. So if all three sides are equal, all three angles will be also equal. In other words, an equilateral triangle is always an equiangular triangle. Okay, I'm just going through some of the basic things. Alright, then we have a triangle in which two angles are equal. Let us suppose, okay, here I got, okay, triangle PQR in which two angles, suppose this is 50 degrees and this is 50 degrees. 50 plus 50, 100. So this has to be 80 degrees. Okay, the sum of the three sides has to be exactly 180, not less, not more. So 50, 50, two angles are equal. Yeah, these two angles are equal. Okay, here all three angles were equal. All three angles were equal. And therefore such a triangle in which two angles are equal is also called an isosceles triangle. Okay, so all two of the angles, measure of angle Q is equal to measure of angle R is equal to 50 degrees. This is an isosceles triangle. So an isosceles triangle is a triangle in which two angles are equal and therefore the opposite sides are also equal. Here it is the angles are equal, therefore the opposite sides will also be equal. It's an isosceles triangle. And then we have got a triangle in which one of the sides, one of the angles is a right angle. Suppose this is triangle say DEF, in which this is 90 degrees. This is your 90 degrees. Okay, one angle is a right angle. Measure of angle E is equal to 90 degrees. Such a triangle is called a right angled triangle. Right angled triangle. So from the point of view of sides and from the point of view of angles, we got different triangles. But remember that in a triangle there can only be three sides, there can only be three angles. The sum of the three angles has to be 180 degrees. Okay, that means the sum of angle A plus measure of angle B plus measure of angle C cannot be less than or cannot be more than 180 degrees. It has to be exactly 180 degrees. Alright, now let us discuss one more important concept is congruent triangles. Okay, now what are congruent? We have studied this a little bit, but let us revise this before we go to similarity of triangles. Okay, let us see what are congruent triangles. Now congruent triangles are triangles which are equal in shape and size. Now let us just, for example, let us take these two triangles. This is your triangle ABC and this is your triangle say PQR. Okay, suppose this is 3 centimeters, this is also 3 centimeters. This is say 4 centimeters, this is also 4 centimeters. Okay, and this is say 5 centimeters, this is also 5 centimeters. In other words, AB is equal to PQ, BC is equal to QR, and AC is equal to PR. The three sides, corresponding sides. Okay, here you see what you must understand is that AB corresponds to PQ. AB corresponds to PQ. Side AB corresponds to side PQ. Side BC corresponds to side QR. Okay, and side AC corresponds to PR. In other words, A corresponds to P. So A corresponds to P. B corresponds to Q. B corresponds to Q. And C corresponds to R. Therefore, we write like this: ABC correspondence. This arrow is, how do we spell it? We read it as correspondence. ABC correspondence PQR. ABC correspond. This is the given correspondence. There are various correspondences possible. Is A, you can write instead of P, I can have Q, I can have R. Opposite B, I can have P, I can have Q, or I can have R. Opposite C, I can have P, Q, or R. So based on that, you can have 6 different correspondences between two triangles. Here I have just shown one. Okay. So for this correspondence, we have got AB. Okay, we have got AB is equal to PQ. That means the length of AB is equal to length of PQ. Therefore, I can write AB is congruent to PQ. This is the symbol for congruent. This is the symbol for equal. Okay. Now, in the same way, BC is equal to QR. See, I have not written side out here, but here I have written the side also. See, therefore, BC is congruent to QR. Notice how I have written this. And in the same way, AC, the third side, is equal to AC is equal to PR. PR. So I can write here AC is congruent to PR. Okay. So that means all three sides are congruent. All three corresponding sides. That is important to understand the word corresponding. All three corresponding sides are congruent. Are congruent. Okay. Now let us examine the angles. Suppose this is 60 degrees. This is also 60 degrees. This is 70 degrees. This is also 70 degrees. Okay. Remember this 3, 4 and 5. This angle is going to be, you see, the highest side is peak of this. So actually this triangle in which the ratio of sides is 3, 4, 5 is most likely going to be a right angle. So I am not making it a right angle just for the sake of simplicity. Suppose this is 60, this is 70. Okay. And therefore this will have to be 50. This will have to be 50 degrees. So that means measure of angle A is equal to measure of angle P is equal to 60 degrees. Okay. Measure of angle B is equal to measure of angle Q is equal to 70 degrees. And measure of angle C is equal to measure of angle R is equal to 50 degrees. In other words, angle A is congruent to angle B is congruent to angle C. Okay, that means all three corresponding angles are also congruent. Angle A corresponds to angle P, angle B corresponds to angle Q, angle C corresponds to angle R. AB corresponds to PQ, BC corresponds to QR, AC corresponds to PR. In such a situation, we say that the triangles are congruent. Okay, so we write what? Therefore, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Okay, but for what? For this correspondence. If you change the correspondence, instead of P you take Q out here, instead of Q you take R out here, then that may not be, that correspondence may not be congruent. Understood? So for a given correspondence, 6 possible correspondences, I can write A instead of P, I can write Q. Okay, A in the place of P, I can write P, Q or R. In other words, any of the 3 possibilities are there. So totally 6 different possibilities are there, 6 different correspondences. Out of that, we have examined only one, and that was found to be congruent. So we say that triangles are congruent. So basically, when triangles are congruent, what do we actually mean? You see, when triangles are congruent, if you look at it carefully, okay, when triangles are congruent, when triangles are congruent, what do you notice? Number one, the shape is the same. Shape is the same. And size is also the same. Size is also the same. In other words, if the figures are congruent, if two figures are congruent, then their shape and size will be the same. If the shape is same but the size is not the same, then they cannot be called congruent figures. Okay. For example, I'll just to give you an example. You know, in a geometry box, in a compass box, we have got 2 different types of triangles. Okay, and they are called set squares. In your geometry box, you have these triangles, plastic triangles. They are used for making all kinds of figures. Okay, especially triangular figures. But if you look at them carefully, both of them are triangles, but the angles are different. Look at this one. This looks like an equilateral triangle. It looks as if all 3 sides are equal. You can see this. Okay, it looks like all 3 sides are equal, and therefore this triangle. Okay, if I just make a quick figure with this one, if you look at it carefully here, you see, this is just to give you an idea. Okay, this figure, and look at this triangle here. Okay, if you look at these 2 triangles, you will suddenly find that these 2 triangles are different, although both of them are triangles. Okay, let us call this as triangle ABC, and this triangle is triangle PQR. Okay, so you can see that angles are different. These angles are different. Okay, these angles are different. These angles are also different. These triangles are both triangles, but the shape is the same. Shape is the same, but the size is not the same in this particular case. So when triangles are same in terms of shape, okay, in terms of shape, they are the same, but the size may be different, then such triangles are called similar triangles. For example, you see these two triangles, they are not congruent and they are not similar also because their shapes are not the same. Let us give you an example. Let us take this one. See, I've got triangle this one. Okay, triangle ABC. This is your triangle ABC. Now I got another triangle here, triangle PQR. Now you can see both of them have got the same shape. Shape will be the same because you see the angles are same. Suppose this is 80 degrees and this is also 80 degrees. This is 70 degrees and this is also 70. Okay, so this will be 30 degrees. This will be 30 degrees. That means the angles are the same. If the angles are same, the shape will also be the same. Angles are equal in measure. Angles are same. That means they are equal in measure. If the angles are the same, then their shape will also be the same. So the first condition is here. Okay, but if you can see the size is not the same. Size is not the same. Okay, that means they differ in size. This one is definitely, even a visually impaired person will be able to see that this one is bigger than this one. In other words, these are called similar triangles. They are called similar figures or similar triangles. Now why are they similar? Because number one, their shapes are the same, their sizes are different. But what about congruent triangles? Congruent triangles have the same shape and same size. So if the shape is the same and the size is also the same, they become congruent triangles. But congruent triangles are always similar because they satisfy the first condition. The necessary condition for triangles to be similar is that they should be of same shape. Size may differ, they may be bigger, they may be the same also. If they are the same in shape as well as size, they are congruent as well as similar. So in other words, congruent triangles, okay, congruent triangles are always similar. They are always similar. But similar triangles are not always congruent. They are not always congruent. They may be congruent depending upon the condition, but congruent triangles will always be similar. Okay, similar triangles are not always congruent. So what can you say about similar triangles? Similar triangles, you see, if the triangles are similar, let us examine this one. Okay, similar triangles. Now what can you say about similar triangles? Number one, the shape is going to be the same. Okay, the shape is going to be the same, but the size may differ. But how? You see, how will the shape and size differ? Let us take an example. Suppose this is your ABC and this is your PQR, two different triangles. You can definitely see that the sizes are not equal, but the shape is same. Suppose this is 40 degrees, this is 40 degrees, okay, this is 60 degrees, this is also 60 degrees, and this is 80 degrees, and this is your 80 degrees. That means the angles are equal. If the angles are equal, the triangles are definitely going to have the same shape. Now what about the size? If this is 2 centimeters, this is 4 centimeters. This is 3 centimeters, this is 6 centimeters. This is 4 centimeters, this is 8 centimeters. In other words, this triangle is double this triangle in size. Okay, so if I take the ratio AB upon PQ, okay, that will be 2 upon 4 and that will be half. Now if I take the ratio of BC upon QR is equal to 3 upon 6 is equal to half. And if I take the ratio of AC upon PR, that is equal to 4 upon 8, that is equal to half. That means they are in the same proportion. The sides are in the same proportion. Same proportion means what? The ratio is the same. Ratio of the lengths of the two sides are the same. Corresponding sides. Okay. So if you examine this correspondence is which one? ABC corresponds to PQR. If we examine this correspondence, we find that AB upon PQ is equal to BC upon QR is equal to AC or CA upon PR, and that is equal to half. It is in the same proportion. They are in the same proportion. And we also find that angle A is congruent to angle B is congruent to angle C. Okay, the corresponding angles are congruent. The corresponding angles are congruent and the corresponding sides are in the same proportion. So that means there are two conditions for similarity of triangles. The corresponding angles are congruent. Okay, that's the first condition. And the second one is ratio of the corresponding sides. The ratio of the corresponding sides is in the same proportion. The corresponding sides are in the same proportion. Same proportion means the ratio is half. AB upon PQ is half, BC upon QR is also half, AC upon PR is also half. That means the ratio of the corresponding sides is the same. They are in the same proportion. The corresponding angles are congruent. Then we say that triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. Okay, this is how you write. This is the symbol for similarity. Remember, the symbol for congruence is this, and the symbol for similarity is this. This is the symbol for congruent. Okay, and this is the symbol for similarity. This is the symbol for similarity. So triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR, but when it satisfies two conditions: the corresponding angles are congruent, we must always check that, and the ratio of the corresponding sides should be the same. In other words, corresponding sides are in the same proportion. When this condition is satisfied, then triangles are said to be similar for the given correspondence. And what was the given correspondence? ABC corresponds to PQR. That means A corresponds to P, A corresponds to P, B corresponds to Q, and C corresponds to R. For this correspondence, they are said to be similar. Alright, now tomorrow I will go into greater detail about similarity of triangles. This is the basic concept. I want all of you to revise this. Only then, you see, the good thing about geometry is that if you are ready to work hard, you will find it very interesting. But if you are not prepared to work hard, then you will find geometry difficult and boring. So make sure you put a proper effort. Watch this video second time, third time if required, and you will get a better idea of what triangles and congruent triangles are, similar triangles are. Okay, let me stop here. Have a nice day.